In this video, we're going to teach you all about the unit circle. So before we get going, you might want to have one of these printed out, or maybe your teacher gave you one and you have it all filled out already. That'd be great, because you're going to want that for when we find our XY ordered pairs based off of this, as well as our 6 trig functions. We're going to tell you how to find those. And we're going to also do one going backwards. When they give you one of these points, we're going to figure out where it comes from on this unit circle. All right, we're going to do all that and more starting right now. All right, the first thing that you want to know when you talk about the unit circle is that the ordered pair xy is going to be equivalent to cosine sine. In other words, x is going to be the same as cosine, y is going to be the same as sine, all right? So over here, I have a bunch of these ordered pairs, all right? On a few of them, I put parentheses. On the others, with those square roots, I just kind of left them off. It'd be too messy. But anyway, let's look at what I mean by that. So sine of 90, what does that equal? So first off, we need to find 90 degrees, which is up here at the top. And remember, it goes cosine sine. So sine is going to be the 1. So over here, you can say sine of 90 is 1. And this actually works out too. If you have a calculator, you type in sine of 90, hit enter, the answer is 1. Okay. Let's try it here with cosine. Cosine of negative 120. First thing you have to do is find where negative 120 is on our graph. And positive 120 is up here, right? So that'd be, remember, your angle starts here and it goes this way. So negative 120 would be going the other way, kind of at that same part on the other side here. This is equivalent to negative 120. And there it's going to be negative 1/2 negative square root of 3 over 2. So which one is cosine? Well, that's going to be our first part, negative 1/2. So cosine of negative 120 is negative 1/2. All right, let's keep going here. Sine of negative 270. Again, we're going negative the other way. And so positive 270, if you think about this, is going this way, kind of counterclockwise down to 270. So negative 270 would be up the other way, up here. And that's actually going to be the same thing that we had as sine of 90. So it's also going to be 1. All right, what about cosine of 225? This one is positive this time. 225, find that on our charts right here. Looks like this red line. And it wanted cosine, so that comes first. So we can say negative square root of 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. The nice thing about the unit circle is these are already rationalized for us, so we don't have to worry about flipping things around, except when you get to tangent. All right, tangent, we have sine and cosine, but what is tangent? Tangent, you might want to write this out in case you're not sure. It's just going to be sine over cosine. Okay, sine over cosine. So if you can figure out what sine is and what cosine is, you should be able to figure out tangent. Let's try a couple here. Tangent of 60 degrees. 60 is up here. And so if I need sine over cosine, sine is the square root of 3. So it's going to be square root of 3 over 2. And then over, right? So you can think big fraction, over the other one, which is cosine, 1 over 2. And remember back to grade school when we had a fraction over fraction, we would flip and multiply. Same thing here. I'm going to flip this bottom one and multiply it. So 2 over 1. Now, a lot of times what happens when you do this is something will cancel. In this case, the 2's will cancel, and you're left with the square root of 3 over 1, which is just the square root of 3. All right, so tangent of 60 is the square root of 3. Let's try another one. Tangent of 180. 180 is over here at negative 1 and 0. And so remember, tangent needs to be sine over cosine. Sine is 0 over the cosine of a negative 1. Well, 0 over anything is 0. And so you could say tangent of 180 is 0. In fact, again, if you type this in the calculator, tangent 180, enter, it will spit out 0 at you. All right, so those last ones were sine, cosine, and tangent. These ones, remember, we do have 3 others. We have secant, cosecant, and cotangent as well. And here we're going to figure out what some of those other ones are. So this first one is cosecant of 150. Now remember, cosecant kind of goes hand in hand with sine, where if you find sine, you just flip it, and that's going to be what cosecant is. All right, so let's check it out here. This is 150 on our chart. That is right there. And so again, I want to match this up with the sine, which was, sine is going to be 1/2. And so because this is cosecant, I can flip that fraction to be 2 over 1, which of course is just 2. All right. What about secant? Secant goes hand in hand with cosine. This is 330, that's over here. So that's going to be our first one, the x part of the ordered pair, the square root of 3 over 2. And so if I flip this time when I flip it, 2 over the square root of 3, we do have to rationalize the denominator here. So I'm going to multiply by the square root of 3 over itself, giving me 2 square roots of 3 over 3. And I think that's what secant of 330 is going to be. All right. What about another secant one? This time secant of 60. 60 is up here. Again, secant goes hand in hand with cosine. So this time we have 1/2. So 1/2 again flips just to be 2. 2 over 1, which is 2. Cotangent. This one can be a little bit tricky sometimes. However, remember how we said in the last section here that tangent was sine over cosine? Well, if that's true, then cotangent would be just flipped. It would be cosine over sine. So that might be how you want to think of cotangent. If you have tangent written off to the side, you might want to have cotangent also written off to the side. So anyway, let's see, what is it? It's of 150. That is right here. And so if I find cosine first, that's going to be negative square root of 3 over 2. And then over, remember we can just multiply by the reciprocal of sine, which is 2 over 1. And again, the 2's are going to cancel, give me negative square root of 3 over 1. Negative square root of 3 over 1, which I could just say is negative square root of 3. We don't need the 1. All right, let's try a few others. All right, this time we're going to be asked to find the 6 trig functions for a 210-degree angle. So sine, cosine, tangent, those are our normal 3. But remember, sine goes with cosecant, cosine goes with secant, and tangent goes with cotangent. So we'll have to flip our fractions to figure out what those other 3 are once we get to those points. All right. First off, though, this is 210 degrees. So on our unit circle, that is right here. It's going to be, I'll write it out so we have it, negative square root of 3 over 2, comma, negative 1/2. All right. So that's our cosine and our sine. In fact, I might write that in right away. Cosine is negative square root of 3, negative square root of 3 over 2, comma, wait a minute, comma. What am I doing? Sine is going to be the other one. Sine is negative 1/2. So in this one, because the sin is in our kind of third quadrant, remember first, second, third, fourth, the third quadrant, they're both negatives. So both these are going to be negatives, which means when I go to do some of the tangent and cotangent, those will probably cancel out to give us positives, but we'll get there here in a second. In fact, the first one is tangent. Tangent, remember, is sine over cosine. So sine is negative 1/2 over, again, negative square root of 3 over 2. If you don't like to do it that way, which I don't, I like to flip and multiply instead. We're going to multiply that by 2 over the square root of 3, and that is negative also. So here, a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. The 2's cancel, and I get 1 over the square root of 3, which I do have to rationalize that denominator by multiplying by the square root of 3 over itself. Square root of 3 over square root of 3, giving me the square root of 3 on top over just regular 3. Okay, so tangent is this. Now, I'm going to go right to cotangent since this one kind of took a little bit of work. And I'm going to go back to this version because if I were to flip this one, that's going to give me that square root of 3 on the top, and I won't have to rationalize it this time. So you could take this one and flip it, but then the square root of 3 would be on the bottom. You have to rationalize again. You don't want to have to do that. And so we're just going to go out to this version and say the square root of 3 over 1, or you could just leave it as the square root of 3. Okay? Now for the other ones, I could just flip these fractions as I go. For example, sine of 210 was negative 1/2. If I flip that, this is going to be negative 2 over 1, which is a negative 2. Secant, I have to flip this one, is going to be negative 2 over the square root of 3, which I do have to rationalize that one. This is the last one, though. And that's going to give me negative 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Okay, so that's what secant is going to be. Our last two problems are going to ask us, it says, to find two values of theta for which sine of theta is negative square root of 2 over 2 and which tangent of theta is undefined. Now we use theta, remember, as that Greek letter to indicate the angle value, which of course we use degrees for. So what it's asking for is like one of these degree values, like 30 or 45 or 60, all the way up to 300, 315, 330, 360, one of those things. And in any case, what we're trying to say here is when is that going to happen based off this? And there should be 2 times for each of these. This first one wants sine of theta. Remember, sine is the second part of our ordered pair, our xy ordered pair, the y value. And so I'm looking for one that's negative, and since the negatives for sine happen in the bottom of this, in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, I think I'm going to try to find it down here. Yeah, like this one. So this is at when it's 225 degrees. So that's all it's asking for the first one. Again, for the second one, I think negative square root of 2 over 2 is 315. So 315 degrees. That's really all it wants, is when are the 2 degrees at which that happens. Now, the second one's a little bit more interesting. Remember, tangent. Tangent is the same thing as sine over cosine. And we know that something is undefined when we divide by 0. So I'm looking for a value of cosine, the x value, when it is 0. And I think that's only going to happen at maybe on those the right angles there. So it's on either our x-axis or our y-axis. And the zeros, of course, for cosine, for our first one, are going to be at the top and at the bottom. So at 90 degrees and at 270. For example, if I would do that on this one, it'd be sine is 1, cosine is 0. And yes, that is undefined. All right, defined. So therefore, I can say at 90 degrees and at 270. And that's when it would be undefined. Hey guys, I think that's everything you need to know about the unit circle. If you think there's something I missed, let me know down below and we'll make it happen.